Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज गचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज गचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Welcome this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are doing Canto 3, Chapter 20. Text 26. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Text 26. Pahimam paramatmamste preshanena srijam prajaha ta imaya bhitum papaha upakramanti mam prabho. Prabhuji, please. Pahimam paramamstaste preshanena srijam prajaha Mataji, please. Pahimam paramamstaste Janena srijam prajaha Tahimam vitum papa Upakramanti mam prabho. Pahimam paramatmaste preshanena srijam prajaha tahimam vitum papa Vaimaya papa Upakramanti mam Prabhu. Vote for translation. Pahi, protect. Mam, me. Parama Atman, O Supreme Lord. Te, your. Preshanena, by order. Asrijam, I created. Prajaha, living beings. Taha imaha, those very persons. Yavhitum, to have sex. Papaha, sinful beings. Upakramanti, are approaching. Me. Prabhu, O Lord. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Lord Brahma approaching the Lord addressed him thus: My Lord, protect me from these sinful demons who were created by me under your order. They are infuriated by an appetite for sex and have come to attack me. Purport. It appears here that the homosexual appetite of males for each other is created in this episode of the creation of the demons by Brahma. In other words, the homosexual appetite of a man for another man is demoniac and is not for any sane male in the ordinary course of life. Okay, we'll do Mangalachara and then start. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome again this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, personally speaking, I don't have qualification to speak on Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't see myself having qualification. But still there is inner desire to speak little bit of Supreme Lord, glorify Him, little desire. So, just by being driven by that desire, I'm going to speak few words. And as you all are sitting here, all are superior Vaishnavis than me. So my mood is not to teach you, rather my mood is to speak few words that I've been learning from all the superior Vaishnavas, that I've been reading from Bhagavatam pages, so that I could please you. So with that mood, I would like to start my class. So we'll go through the translation once again. Lord Brahma, approaching the Supreme Lord, addressed him thus: My Lord, protect me from these sinful demons who were created by me under your order. They are infuriated by an appetite for sex and have come to attack me. Like we were reading few verses back. So it is like mentioned, Brahma created all the living beings, Rakshasas and Yakshas. Brahma created those living entities. And those living entities, after being created by Brahma, they started attacking Brahma. They came towards Brahma and they told him, kill him, don't leave him, don't spare him, kill him. Like that they tried to attack Lord Brahma. And some of the living beings, as mentioned in the translation, some of the living entities created by Brahma, they approached Brahma for sexual intercourse. So and in the context, Lord Brahma is being little fearful. Lord Brahma is in little anxiety. And out of that anxiety, Lord Brahma is approaching Supreme Lord Sri Hari. Lord Brahma is approaching Supreme Lord and requesting Supreme Lord Sri Hari, please protect me from these demons. Please protect me from these living entities who are trying to attack me. Like that Lord Brahma is saying. So we can learn very nice lesson from this context. Lord Brahma is teaching us. Prabhupada used to often say, Mahajana yena gatah shapantha. We have to follow the footsteps of Mahajanas. And Lord Brahma is also one of the Mahajana. Lord Brahma is also one of the Mahajana. And in the context, Lord Brahma is in anxiety. Lord Brahma is in problem. He is in misery. Lord Brahma is in misery. And he is going to Supreme Lord. He is in misery and he is going to Supreme Lord. He is approaching Supreme Lord Sri Bhagavan to mitigate those miseries. So we have to learn this thing from this context. As we all are in the material world is considered as a padam padam jat pipadam. Padam padam jat pipadam. Each and every step there is only danger. So as this material world is padam padam jat pipadam, every step we are in misery, every step we are in problem. Adi daibik, adi bhautik, adhyatmic kleshas. 3 kleshas are attacking us every time. Each and every moment that kleshas is attacking us. And we are all the time we are in misery and problem. So we have to learn from these pages of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to learn from these words of the Srimad Bhagavatam. When we are in misery, following the footsteps of the Lord Brahma, following the footsteps of the Mahajana, when we are in misery, we have to approach Supreme Lord to mitigate our problems. Actually, in the material world, as I already mentioned, padam padam jat pipadam. Every step is full of misery. Why is that? Why we cannot become happy in the material world? Why there is only misery? Why there is only problem? Why there is only dukkha in the material world? Because Jivir Swarup Hoy Krishna and Nitya Das. We are the part and parcel. We are the Nitya Das, eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, Sri Bhagavan. Yeah, we are eternal servant of the Sri Bhagavan, Sri Hari. But we have forgotten that our relationship of servitorship. We have become envious of him. And we have decided to enjoy independently away from him. We have decided to turn our face away from him, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Hari. That's why. And we have decided to enjoy independently away from him. That's why we are in this material world. We are in this material world. And we have got this material body. Material nature, Prakriti has given us the gift, this material body. Okay, you want to enjoy? You enjoy with this body. Like that, we have been given this gift. And we are considering this body to be ourselves. We are eternally the Jiva Swarupai Krishna Nirdas. Mamai Bamso Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mamai Bamso. That means eternally the fragmental parts of the Krishna, all the living entities are. Yet, by constitutional position, they are spiritually spark, but they are considering themselves to be this material body. They are considering themselves to be material body. That's why there is Padam Padam Jal Pipadam. We are considering ourselves to be material body and we are trying to be happy. No one is happy in this material world. We are trying to be happy. How we are trying to be happy? By gratifying our senses. By gratifying our senses. We are eternally the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. We are eternally the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, Sri Bhagavan. We are not caring for that. We have got this material body. We are just mad after being happy just by gratifying our senses. That means we are accepting the asat. Originally we are the spiritual spark, but we are accepting ourselves to be material body. That is asat, full of ignorance, temporary and full of misery. We are considering ourselves to be material body and we are trying to be happy by gratifying our material senses. That's why there is Padam Padam Jat Pipadam. Padam Padam Jat Pipadam. Only misery only. If we see this misery also the mercy of Krishna. This misery also mercy of Krishna. Somewhere in the Bhagavad Gita introduction section, I read Prabhupada was mentioning this misery. There is in the material world, there is every step there is misery only. And that misery is also the mercy of Krishna. Krishna is giving them the misery so that one day they will come in the real sense. Hey man, I'm trying to be happy, but I'm not being able to be happy. What's the reason? What's my position? Why I'm suffering like this? One day the jivas, all the rebellious and envious jivas, they may come to the real sense, original sense, and they may inquire about the absolute truth. They may inquire about the Krishna, Sri Bhagavan. Like this kind of facility Krishna is giving. If we see in the right perspective, actually this is the mercy of Krishna, this is the facility given by Krishna, so that we may turn our face, we may think about turning our face towards Krishna. That's why all the great devotees, what they do, they don't ask for any material benedictions, any material benefits from the Supreme Lord. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadish kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti rahaitu kitvaye. They don't want anything material benefits. They don't want beautiful wives. They don't want big house. They don't want wealth. They don't want followers. Nothing. They just want to be engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord. They just want to engage in the service of the Supreme Lord. They don't want even liberation. For the devotees, liberation is not bad than hellish. Liberation is also just like hellish for the devotees. Devotees who are testing the real nature of the serving of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for them the liberation is no better than hell. So they consider the liberation also as the hell. That's why they always pray to Supreme Lord. They pray to Supreme Lord, my dear Lord, may always I be engaged in your seva. May always I be engaged in your service. I don't want anything. That's what Mahaprabhu taught us. So same kind of mood we should try to imbibe as being the Sampradaya of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should try to imbibe. Sometimes in our contaminated state, as we are in the material body, definitely ignorance hits us. Sometimes in that condition, when we are in the trouble, when we are in the dukkha, in the misery, we may tend to ask, Krishna, why me? Why I am suffering like this? We may tend to ask. But actually we have to understand, we have to think soberly. Actually this is the mercy of Krishna. We have to practice to see things clearly, and we have to practice to show our gratitude towards Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for giving me trouble. Thank you for giving me misery. Because I am being able to remember you. I was forgetting you. Now you are giving me trouble and I am remembering you. You are giving me opportunity to remember you, my dear Lord. Thank you very much. Like that we should try to imbibe the modes. Same way Kunti Maharani also said to Krishna. When Krishna was leaving, when he settled all the matters of the Kurukshetra battle, he settled all the matters, and after settling everything, he was going to the Dwarka. And at that time, Kunti Maharani offers her prayer to Krishna. And in one line of the prayer, Kunti Maharani is saying to Krishna, my dear Lord, my life was full of misery, my life was full of dukkha only. And whenever I was in misery, whenever I was in dukkha, I always remembered you, my dear Lord. And you were always there to help me. Now everything is settled. Now we have got our kingdom back. We have got our properties back. Now everything is settled. But now, my dear Lord, you are leaving us. So I don't want this kind of facilities. Rather, I want more dukkha. Kunti Maharani is praying to the Supreme Lord. Kunti Maharani is praying to the Krishna. I want more dukkha. Why? Because I will get the opportunity. I will get the time to remember you. And when we remember Krishna, apunar bhava darshanat. When we remember Krishna, we go beyond the cycle of birth and death. We are in the ignorant condition. We are thinking ourselves to be body, and we are working according to that. And trying to do this, trying to do that, to be happy by gratifying our senses. While we are in the ignorant condition. But when we remember Krishna, just the remembrance of the Krishna is so glorious. Prabhupada writes in the purport, somewhere in the Bhagavatam, just by remembering the Krishna, that can mitigate all the kleshas, all the misery, all the troubles of the material existence. Just like we go through the Adi Bhautik Klesha, Adi Daivik Klesha, Adhyatmik Klesha, lamentation, shoka, lamentation and hankering. We go through that condition. But Prabhupada is saying, we will get out of that condition just by remembering the Krishna, just by remembering Krishna. That's the glory of remembering Krishna. That's why Kunti Maharani is saying, my dear Lord, please give me more trouble. Please give me more trouble so that I could remember you, my dear Lord. And I will get out of the bondage of this birth, death, old age and disease. That's what Kunti Maharani is saying. That's the glory of remembering Krishna. More glorious than remembering Krishna is seeing Krishna face to face. More glorious than to remember Krishna is to see Krishna face to face. And more glorious than to see Krishna face to face is to directly reciprocate rasa with Krishna. To exchange the rasa with Krishna. That's more glorious. That's more glorious. And there are different rasas, Santa Ras, Dasya Ras. We read in the Nectar of Devotion. Santa Ras, Dasya Ras, Sakhya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and Madhurya Ras. And that's how rasa goes. The point I was trying to say was, the more glorious, being in the material condition, being in the ignorant condition, that is full of misery, that is completely miserable. But glorious is to remember Krishna. Glorious is to remember Sri Bhagavan. And more glorious than that is to see him personally face to face. I was reading in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Mathura Lila section, when Sri Krishna was walking, Sri Krishna was walking through the corridor of the Mathura, all the people used to go to all the ladies, they were not allowed at that time, in the Vedic time. They were not allowed to come directly to see. And they used to go to the top of the buildings. They used to go to the top of the house and see Krishna. And it is mentioned, just by seeing Krishna, they used to drink the face of the Krishna, lotus face of the Krishna. They used to drink that. That means that's how glorious seeing the Krishna face to face. That's how glorious seeing Krishna face to face is. Similarly, in the Mathura Lila only, when Mathura Basis, they used to see Krishna. Krishna is Adi Purush. Krishna is Adi Purush. He is the original Purush. We are in this material creation. Krishna was there before the creation of this material world. And only Krishna will be there after the annihilation of this material world. So Krishna is the Adi Purush. We say every morning, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Adi Purush, Krishna is the Adya Purush, and Krishna is the most oldest Purana Purush. As he is the Adi Purush, he is the Purana Purush. He is the most oldest. And even though Krishna is most oldest, Nava Yauvanamcha. Krishna is Nava Yauvanamcha. Even though he is the most oldest, he is always looks like fresh youth, 16-year-old boy. In our case, we become old. We become old. Talking about ourselves, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, if we go on increasing our age, we'll become old. But that's not the case in case of Sri Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. Navayauvanamcha. Eternally he is the youth. Navayauvanamcha. And when all the Mathura Vasis see that beautiful form, Navayauvan form of Krishna, even though the peoples were old, some of the peoples were in the 80s line, 60s line, Prabhupada has mentioned, old people also used to become young just by seeing the Krishna. That's how glorious to see Krishna. That's how glorious to see the Krishna. And in the Kaliya Daman Lila also there we can see all the friends and all the cows and calves, they went to drink the water of the Yamuna, poisonous water, which was created by the Kaliya serpent. All the friends and cows, cowherd, cowherd boys, they all went and drank the water. And after drinking water, the poisonous water showed his effect. They became dead. And at that time, what Krishna did? Krishna just soured it is exactly written in the Bhagavatam translation. Krishna soured his nectarian plants. Krishna soured his nectarian plants. That's how glorious to see Krishna. That's how glorious the vision of Krishna is, see Krishna is. So we should always be eager to see Krishna. Prabhupada mentions, be eager to see Krishna, and then only you will see Krishna. Otherwise you cannot see Krishna. And Prabhupada says in the lecture, in that lecture, Prabhupada is saying one story. There was one sadhu devotee. He was telling about Krishna. He was doing Harikatha. And there was one thief, and he was listening that Harikatha. He was listening that Harikatha, and the sadhu was telling Krishna, when Krishna is in Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda put so many ornaments, so many valuable jewels and ornaments to Krishna. Like that sadhu was saying. And the thief, he was thinking, oh, this boy looks like really, really rich. If I meet him, if I get chance to see him, if I get chance to see him once, I can steal his all the valuable jewels. Like that thief was thinking. And he was contemplating on that thought. And he developed the strong desire, strong greed to see Krishna. He developed the strong desire to see Krishna. And finally he got the opportunity to see Krishna. He got the opportunity to see Krishna. And the story goes like, the thief tries to steal the Krishna's property. Thief says, let me take this bangle, let me take this jewel, let me take this necklace, like that. Thief is saying to Krishna. And Krishna is saying, no. My mom will scold me. Like that Prabhupada used to say in that story. The point is, we have to be eager to see Krishna. We have to be eager to see Krishna. We have to be eager to be seen by Krishna. As we already mentioned, vision of the Krishna is also so glorious, nectarian. So we have to be eager to see, eager to be seen by Krishna. And in the battlefield also, Kurukshetra battlefield, my Gurudev used to say, when Arjuna was fighting, Krishna, at that time Krishna was more than 100 years, Prabhupada used to say. More than 100 years. And at that time, when Arjuna was fighting with the enemies, Krishna is so beautiful, Krishna used to look so beautiful. All the enemies, all the opposite party of the Arjuna, they used to see at the Krishna, they used to see Krishna only, forgetting to fight. They stopped fighting and they used to see Krishna only. They used to see the beauty of Krishna. And they used to become so absorbed in that vision, they used to be absorbed in this, so absorbed in that thought, they used to forget they are there to fight. And at that time, Arjuna used to shoot arrow to them and they used to die. And they used to go back to Godhead. So that's the glory of the seeing Krishna, that's the glory of remembering Krishna, and that's the glory. Also, still more glorious is to develop, exchange that rasa with Krishna. That's more glorious. So, the point I was trying to conclude is, this all thing, we didn't know this. We didn't know this. We didn't know who Krishna is. We didn't know who Krishna is. We didn't know what Harinam is. We didn't know what Harikatha is. We didn't know that. But by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, we got this golden opportunity to know Krishna. We got this golden opportunity to chant about Krishna. We got this golden opportunity to see the beautiful deity and to offer our prayers to them. And we got this beautiful opportunity to sit and discuss the Harikatha between the devotees. We got all this opportunity just by the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So today is the Srila Prabhupada Vyasa Puja. We should be very, very eager to show our gratitude. We should be very, very eager to express our heartfelt gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada. And we should always pray to Srila Prabhupada. We don't have capacity to please Krishna. So please kindly bestow your mercy. Kindly shower your mercy. Kindly give us the strength and give us the protection so that we could attend the lotus feet of Krishna. Like that we have to pray to Srila Prabhupada in this auspicious day. So today is Maha cleaning. So we have to stop class now. So I will not take any question. So thank you very much. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.